Did you know that the choices you make today can add or subtract years from your life? This idea traces back to ancient Stoic philosophy, which teaches us to embrace life's chaos with wisdom and make choices that enhance our well-being. You might not think much of it when you decide to stay up late to finish just one more episode or scroll through your phone, but each night of insufficient sleep is quietly stealing a little more from you than just time. It's compromising your health, vitality, and even your ability to think clearly. In the realm of Stoicism, Seneca warned about overindulging in the unnecessary at the expense of our health and peace of mind, and sleep, undeniably, is one of the pillars of both. When we cut corners on sleep, we're not just facing a groggy morning, we're impacting our body's ability to regenerate. Sleep is that golden chain that ties our health and our bodies together. It's the prime time when our body engages in repairing cells, flushing out toxins from the brain and solidifying memories. Missing out on adequate sleep disrupts these processes, accelerating our aging and even impacting our metabolism and mood. Consider this. Ongoing research in neurology shows that during sleep, our brain essentially cleans house. It removes toxins that accumulate throughout the day, akin to how the ancient Stoics believed in cleansing the soul of unnecessary fears and desires to achieve clarity and peace. Without enough sleep, we're letting those toxins build up night after night, which can lead to long-term detriments in cognitive functions and overall health. Life often feels like a high-speed chase that we didn't sign up for. With stress as the relentless driver pushing us to our limit, it's easy to overlook how this invisible pressure can accumulate and sculpt our daily existence, not just emotionally but physically, accelerating our aging process. Stoic philosophy, particularly the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, reminds us that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. And when it comes to stress, our response could mean the difference between thriving and merely surviving. Stress, in its essence, is your body's call to arms, the fight-or-flight response that was crucial for our ancestors' survival. But in our modern world, this response can become chronic, triggered not by life-threatening dangers, but by daily demands and disruptions. When we allow this state to become our status quo, it starts chipping away at our biological health, shortening those crucial telomeres, protective caps at the ends of our chromosomes that keep our DNA stable, and thus directly impact our longevity. The Stoics taught that peace comes from within, suggesting that we can build resilience to stress through perspective and practice. They weren't just being poetic. Modern science backs this up, showing that meditation, controlled breathing, and mindfulness are effective tools for reducing stress. These practices help recalibrate our physiological responses and can significantly lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone that, when left unchecked, wreaks havoc on our bodies, contributing to everything from inflammation to weakened immune systems. It's tempting to reach for that quick meal solution after a long, exhausting day. Fast food takeouts or those packaged meals that only need a few minutes in the microwave. We often eat not just with our stomachs but with our eyes and schedules, forgetting that every morsel we consume builds or degrades our health. Stoic philosophy, particularly its emphasis on moderation and mindfulness, offers profound guidance on this topic. Just as Seneca advised against filling one's life with unnecessary pursuits, we should avoid filling our bodies with low-nutrient, high-calorie foods that don't serve our health. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish your body and soul, echoing the Stoic principle of purposeful living. Consider the profound impact of food on your body's functions. Cells regenerate, energies are replenished, and mental acuity is maintained based on the quality of your nutrition. Poor eating habits can lead to a cascade of health issues, from increased inflammation and reduced ability to fight off diseases to more visible signs of aging and decreased energy levels. Eating well, in contrast, can support longer telomeres, which are essential components in the fight against the biological aging process. The Stoics understood the value of self-discipline and control, and applying these to our diet can transform our health. Incorporating a balance of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins isn't just about adhering to dietary guidelines. It's about respecting your body's inherent worth and potential. This approach aligns with the Stoic ideal of aligning actions with nature and reason. By choosing meals that are as close to their natural state as possible, we honor our body's natural design, which thrives on whole, unprocessed foods. You might find it surprising to hear that your couch, often a haven of comfort after a long day, could be one of your biggest adversaries in maintaining a healthy lifestyle. It's so easy to collapse into its welcoming embrace and stay there, binging the latest series or scrolling endlessly through our phones. But this very comfort can lead to a sedentary lifestyle, which is silently but steadily taking a toll on our health. The Stoics often emphasized the importance of physical activity as part of a balanced life. They understood that a sound mind resides in a sound body, and that neglecting physical health could hinder one's ability to practice virtues like discipline and self-control. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic himself and a Roman emperor, despite his extensive duties, made it a point to incorporate physical exercise into his daily routine, understanding its critical role in maintaining not only physical but also mental strength. In today's world, a sedentary lifestyle has become more prevalent due to technological advances that encourage us to stay stationary. What we often don't realize is that by not moving, we're robbing our body of its basic need for physical exertion, which can result in a variety of health issues, from cardiovascular diseases to a decline in mental health. Physical inactivity slows down our metabolism, reduces the effectiveness of blood circulation, and can lead to muscle and joint issues, making us age faster, physically and mentally. Integrating movement into our daily routine is not just about avoiding health problems, it's about enhancing our quality of life. The Stoics would advise us to challenge our body's limits and capabilities as a form of self-improvement, and to live in accordance with nature, which inherently involves movement. You don't need to become a marathon runner overnight or hit the gym for hours every day. Simple, consistent activities like taking a walk during lunch breaks, using stairs instead of elevators, standing up and stretching every hour during long periods of sitting, or engaging in hobbies that require physical movement can make a profound difference. Think about the last time you really quenched your thirst with a refreshing glass of water. It feels revitalizing, doesn't it? Often, we underestimate the power of staying hydrated, ignoring our body's cries for water until we feel the undeniable signs of thirst. Yet, maintaining adequate hydration is not just about quelling thirst. It's a fundamental aspect of health that too many of us overlook, much to our detriment. Drawing from Stoic philosophy, which teaches the importance of attending to our natural needs with simplicity and purpose, staying hydrated aligns perfectly with living a life in harmony with nature. Seneca, one of the most notable Stoics, emphasized the need for balance and argued against indulgence, excess, or deficiency, including in our diet and basic care of our bodies. Water, the most natural beverage, is crucial for maintaining this balance, supporting every cellular process in our body. Dehydration is a subtle thief. It slowly undermines our health, impacting everything from cognitive function and energy levels to skin health and digestion. Each cell in our body requires water to function optimally. Without adequate water, our cells start to shrivel, hampering their ability to generate energy and leading to premature aging and decreased bodily function. The skin, which is our largest organ, visibly reflects our hydration levels. Adequate water intake helps maintain its elasticity and vibrancy. Warding off signs of aging, like wrinkles and dryness, a golden tan might be seen as a hallmark of health and vitality, symbolizing leisurely days spent outdoors or on vacation. However, it's worth considering the Stoic perspective that appearances can be deceptive, and what seems beneficial on the surface may carry hidden risks. The sun, as life-giving and essential as it is, can be a double-edged sword when it comes to our health, particularly when we indulge in it without moderation or protection. The Stoics, always advocates for living in harmony with nature, would surely have appreciated the sun's vital role. Yet they would also have been the first to remind us of the importance of self-control and rational behavior. Just as they would counsel moderation in all things, they would likely advise us to enjoy the sun's embrace wisely, Excessive sun exposure can lead to premature aging of the skin, not to mention more serious health risks like skin cancer. The UV rays that make those beach days so memorable are the same ones that can cause damage to the DNA in our skin cells, leading to accelerated skin aging and increased health risks. When we expose ourselves to the sun without adequate protection, we're not just risking a painful sunburn. UV radiation penetrates deep into the skin and disrupts the normal process of skin cell growth. Over time, this leads to changes in skin texture, loss of elasticity, and the formation of wrinkles and sunspots. It's almost paradoxical how a habit such as smoking, often started under the guise of enhancing social interactions or alleviating stress, can so drastically reduce both the quality and duration of one's life. The momentary pleasure of a cigarette can have lasting negative impacts, something that, from a Stoic perspective, would be seen as a clear divergence from living a life based on rational choices and good health. The Stoics taught us the importance of self-mastery and control over one's impulses and desires. Smoking, with its addictive nature and harmful consequences, is a prime example of what happens when short-term desires override long-term well-being. Every puff of a cigarette introduces thousands of chemicals into the body, including nicotine, which is highly addictive and toxic. It's not just the lungs that are affected. Smoking impacts nearly every organ in the body, contributing to a variety of diseases and chronically undermining one's health. From a Stoic standpoint, engaging in an activity that knowingly damages one's body contradicts the principle of living according to nature. The body's nature is to heal and maintain itself, but smoking impedes this natural ability, causing harm that is entirely preventable. The damage begins with diminished lung capacity and can extend to heart disease, stroke, and multiple types of cancer, not to mention the cosmetic effects such as premature aging of the skin and staining of teeth. Quitting smoking is not just about avoiding negative outcomes. It's a profound way to practice Stoic virtues like discipline and foresight, actively choosing a healthier path not only for yourself but also setting an example for those around you. While a glass of wine or a pint of beer might be how many of us choose to unwind after a long day, there's a fine line between moderate enjoyment and excess that can easily be crossed. This is particularly poignant when considering the Stoic emphasis on moderation and self-control, virtues that guide us to make decisions that align with our long-term well-being rather than immediate gratification. The Stoics were advocates for living a life that was free from the control of desires and passions, and this certainly extends to how we might choose to engage with alcohol. Excessive drinking not only clouds judgment in the moment, but also has far-reaching effects on our health. Alcohol is a hepatotoxin, which means it specifically damages the liver, an organ essential to detoxifying our body. Over time, this can lead to liver diseases such as cirrhosis, which dramatically shortens a person's life expectancy and quality. Moreover, alcohol affects nearly every system in the body. It can disrupt sleep patterns, leading to less restorative sleep, which in turn affects cognitive functions and overall physical health. It can also lead to an increase in blood pressure and contribute to the development of heart disease. On a cellular level, excessive alcohol consumption accelerates aging by impacting the length of telomeres, protective caps on our chromosomes that are linked to our lifespan. Each binge drinking session can actually shorten these caps, effectively speeding up the aging process. From a Stoic perspective, indulging in too much alcohol might be seen as surrendering to external pleasures that compromise our inner equilibrium and health. The very opposites of Stoic ideals. Stoicism teaches us to find joy and contentment in our internal states and rational thinking, not from external substances. It's often easy to overlook how integral social connections are to our well-being, especially in a world that increasingly values independence and self-sufficiency. Yet, in the hustle of striving to be self-reliant, we might inadvertently isolate ourselves, missing out on the profound benefits that come from regular social interactions. This concept aligns closely with Stoic principles, which, while often misinterpreted as promoting a solitary life, actually encourage forming meaningful relationships to enhance personal growth and emotional resilience. The Stoics believed in the power of community and the importance of supporting others as a way of cultivating virtue. Seneca, for example, wrote extensively about the benefits of friendship and social obligations, suggesting that true support between friends strengthens one's character and fortifies one against life's adversities. In contrast, isolation can lead to loneliness, which has been shown in numerous studies to increase the risk of mortality as much as smoking or obesity. It's not just about feeling alone, it's about the tangible impact that lack of social interaction can have on our physical and mental health. Socializing helps to ward off the cognitive decline associated with aging, boosts mood through the release of neurotransmitters like serotonin, and strengthens our immune system. It's as if our bodies are designed to interact, thriving on the shared experiences that help regulate our emotions and improve our psychological resilience. From a Stoic viewpoint, neglecting this aspect of our nature might be seen as ignoring the very essence of what it means to live a good life. When we drift through days, weeks, and even years without a clear direction or purpose, it can often feel like we're merely existing rather than truly living. This lack of purpose isn't just a philosophical dilemma. It affects our everyday happiness and overall well-being. The Stoics, wise as they were, believed fervently in living with intent and purpose. They saw this as essential not only to personal fulfillment, but also to contributing effectively to society. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often wrote about the importance of acting with a clear and honorable purpose, emphasizing that the quality of one's life improves dramatically when one's actions are aligned with well-considered goals and principles. Living without a clear purpose can lead to a form of existential stagnation, where time feels like it's slipping by unproductively. This can sap one's enthusiasm for life, leading to feelings of listlessness and dissatisfaction. The Stoics would argue that without a guiding purpose, it's easy to fall prey to petty annoyances and distractions that can dominate our thoughts and emotions. Purpose acts like a compass, guiding us through life's challenges with focus and resilience. It gives us a reason to rise each morning and face the day with vigor and determination. Having a sense of purpose is also linked to numerous health benefits, including better mental health, lower levels of stress, and even a longer lifespan. It contributes to our ability to adapt to change and overcome adversity. Just as a ship without a rudder is left to the mercy of the seas, a life without purpose is vulnerable to the whims of fortune. The Stoics understood this well and recommended that we define our values and align our actions accordingly. Many of us have a tendency to put off medical checkups, especially when we're feeling well. It's easy to brush these appointments aside, viewing them as unnecessary time away from our daily tasks or commitments. However, much like the Stoics advocated for a rational and proactive approach to life's challenges, prioritizing preventive healthcare can be seen as an exercise in wisdom and self-respect. Just as a Stoic would inspect their thoughts and behaviors regularly to align with their virtues, we too should inspect our physical health regularly to prevent potential issues from escalating. The Stoic philosophy teaches the importance of maintaining control over the things we can influence, and our health certainly falls within that realm. Regular medical checkups serve as a preventive measure, a way to catch potential health issues before they develop into serious problems. It's about respecting our body's needs and responding to them thoughtfully. This approach not only helps in maintaining our health, but also exemplifies the Stoic ideal of not yielding to negligence or ignorance. Skipping these checkups can often lead to a false sense of security. Without them, we might not be aware of the changes occurring in our bodies. Changes that, if caught early, could be addressed more easily and with better outcomes. Conditions like hypertension, diabetes, and many cancers can develop quietly, without obvious symptoms. By the time symptoms do appear, these conditions can be significantly more difficult to manage. In this digital age, it's all too easy to find ourselves glued to screens, whether it's for work or leisure. While technology certainly brings countless benefits, including connecting us with others and providing vast resources for learning, there's a downside that we often overlook. Spending too much time in front of screens can subtly erode our health and well-being, impacting everything from our sleep patterns to our mental clarity. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who valued discipline and moderation, would likely caution us against allowing any one tool, such as our digital devices, to dominate our lives. They taught the importance of maintaining a balanced life, one that includes physical activity, social interactions, and time for reflection, all of which can be compromised by excessive screen time. Just as they would advise against overindulgence in any pleasure, they would recommend we use technology wisely, ensuring it serves us without becoming our master. When we spend excessive time staring at screens, we often sacrifice physical health, mental space, and valuable time that could be spent engaging with the real world. This can lead to a host of issues, such as digital eye strain, poor posture, and disrupted sleep, as the blue light emitted by screens can interfere with our natural sleep cycles. More subtly, heavy screen use can also lead to a feeling of disconnection from our immediate environment and the people around us, contributing to feelings of isolation or loneliness. It might come as a surprise to think of laughter and fun as essential elements of a well-rounded, healthy life, especially from a philosophical standpoint like Stoicism, which is often misunderstood as austere or somber. However, the Stoics, including the likes of Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, emphasize the importance of joy and the role of positive emotions in fostering resilience against life's hardships. They recognized that laughter is not frivolous. It strengthens the spirit and fortifies us against the trials of life. In our modern lives, the hustle of daily responsibilities can sometimes make us forget the value of taking a moment to just laugh and enjoy simple pleasures. Laughter has been shown to have numerous health benefits. It can boost the immune system, decrease stress hormones, and increase endorphins, those chemicals in the brain that are known for their feel-good factor. Moreover, laughter enhances our intake of oxygen-rich air, stimulates the heart, lungs, and muscles, and increases the endorphins released by our brain, promoting an overall sense of well-being. From a Stoic viewpoint, neglecting the lighter side of life could be seen as neglecting a part of our human nature that is essential for our overall harmony and balance. Stoics believed in embracing all facets of human experience with wisdom and clarity, including the joyful ones. They would advocate for a life that does not shun laughter but welcomes it as a necessary ingredient for a soul well-equipped to handle life's vicissitudes. Every one of us at some point feels like life is spinning out of control. Whether it's a lost job, a broken relationship, or just the chaotic pace of daily routines, these moments can leave us feeling helpless and overwhelmed. But what if I told you there's a way to not just survive these challenges, but to thrive amidst them? Today, we're going to unpack 10 powerful strategies inspired by Stoic philosophy, an ancient yet timeless wisdom that teaches us how to strengthen our mental fortitude. We'll explore how figures like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus turned their philosophical insights into practical tools for overcoming adversity and maintaining inner peace. By the end of this video, you'll have mastered the art of mental strength, ready to face life's storms with composure and resilience. So stay tuned as we delve into these transformative techniques that promise to bolster your mental defenses and enhance your life's quality. If you appreciate what we're doing here and want to keep learning with us, hitting the subscribe button is a simple, free way to show your support. And remember, don't skip any part of this video. Every technique we discuss could be the key to your next personal breakthrough. Let's dive in and discover how to apply these age-old Stoic principles to our modern-day challenges. When life knocks you down, it's tempting to view it as a personal defeat. But here's a Stoic twist. Those setbacks, they're actually your secret weapons. Think about the last time you faced something truly challenging. Maybe you didn't get that promotion you were sure was yours, or perhaps a relationship didn't work out the way you hoped. Instead of viewing these as mere failures, Stoicism invites us to see them as pivotal moments of learning and growth. Aristotle once mused that the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. This rings especially true when we face challenges. Each difficult situation is a classroom, and the lessons we learn are about our resilience, our adaptability, and our true desires. For example, not getting that promotion might reveal an opportunity to enhance certain skills, or even reconsider our career path to find something that aligns better with our passions and capabilities. A relationship ending might be tough, but it also opens the door to self-discovery and understanding what we truly value in partnerships. This Stoic practice isn't just about looking on the bright side. It's about actively using every hurdle as a step to climb higher. It's about taking control of the narrative of our lives. By embracing challenges as opportunities, we're not just passively getting through life, we're actively shaping it. Each challenge molds us, teaches us, and prepares us for future obstacles, turning what could be stumbling blocks into stepping stones. This mindset doesn't just make us mentally stronger, it makes us architects of our own destiny, building a robust foundation of character and resilience. Imagine for a moment that your abilities are like clay in a potter's hands, moldable, adaptable, and capable of forming into whatever shape we desire. This is the essence of a growth mindset, a concept that isn't just modern psychology, but deeply rooted in ancient wisdom. The Stoics believed that our character could be shaped by our thoughts and actions, reinforcing the idea that personal growth is within our control. Adopting a growth mindset means seeing yourself as a work in progress. It's about embracing the belief that with effort, perseverance, and resilience, improvement is always within reach. Consider the challenges you face not as indicators of your inabilities, but as opportunities to evolve. Every time you push through a tough project or step out of your comfort zone, you're not just accomplishing a task, you're stretching and growing your capabilities. This mindset shift can be incredibly liberating. It removes the shackles of perceived limitations and opens up a world of possibilities. Where once you might have thought, I can't do this, with a growth mindset, you begin to think, I can't do this yet. It's a small word, but that yet is powerful. It's full of potential and future success. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This speaks directly to the heart of a growth mindset. By daring to try, to fail, and to try again, we make our tasks less daunting. We learn that failure isn't the opposite of success, but a vital part of achieving it. Each failure teaches us something new about how to approach problems, hone our skills, and become better than we were yesterday. You know, there's a common misconception that self-discipline is about punishing yourself, about gritting your teeth and just grinding through life. But let's reframe that idea, because what it really revolves around is the concept of self-mastery. A key component in Stoic philosophy. It's about aligning your actions with your values and goals, not as a form of punishment, but as a path to genuine freedom. When you practice self-discipline, you're essentially saying, I am in control of my actions, and I choose to act in ways that lead me closer to my ideal self. Self-discipline is the art of choosing long-term satisfaction over short-term pleasure, which is a core Stoic practice. Think about Marcus Aurelius and his meditations. He wasn't just ruling an empire, he was mastering himself. This mastery over his desires and impulses allowed him to lead a life that was not only meaningful, but also aligned with his principles. Now, imagine applying that kind of discipline to your own life. Say you want to get healthier. The disciplined choice isn't just about denying yourself that extra slice of cake. It's about choosing to respect your body's needs and your health goals over fleeting cravings. Building this kind of discipline can start small. It might be as simple as getting up with your first alarm in the morning. Each time you resist the temptation to hit snooze, you strengthen your willpower. It's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And as this strength builds, so does your ability to tackle larger challenges. Suddenly, tasks that once felt daunting or out of reach seem manageable because you've trained yourself to persevere. So when we talk about self-discipline in the Stoic sense, we're really talking about freedom. It's the freedom to choose your actions based on your rational decisions rather than whims or fleeting emotions. This isn't about restricting your life, it's about enhancing it. ensuring that every choice you make is a brick in the foundation of the life you want to build. It's easy to fall into the blame game when things go wrong, pointing fingers at others or circumstances, but here's where Stoic philosophy offers a powerful shift in perspective. Stoics like Epictetus believed that our responses to events are within our control, even when the events themselves are not. This idea is transformative because it means that you are the architect of your own experience, not merely a victim of circumstances. Taking responsibility means recognizing that your reactions, your emotions, and your actions are up to you. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, how did I contribute to this situation, and what can I do differently next time? This isn't about self-blame or guilt. It's about empowerment and growth. For instance, if a project at work doesn't go as planned, instead of blaming the team, the resources, or the timing, examine your own role. Could you have communicated more clearly? Was there a misstep in your planning? Acknowledging these things doesn't diminish your capabilities. It enhances them by paving the way for better strategies and solutions in the future. By embracing this level of accountability, you cultivate a sense of integrity and honesty with yourself that is deeply grounding. It leads to a life where you feel in control of your destiny rather than tossed about by the winds of fate. And here's the best part. When you start taking responsibility for your actions, you also start to recognize your power to change your life. You're no longer a passive participant, but an active creator in your world. This approach fosters a deeper resilience as you're not constantly derailed by unexpected outcomes. Instead, you learn from them, adjust, and move forward. It's about turning life's lessons into stepping stones toward a wiser, more capable you. Life's emotional roller coaster can really test our mettle, can't it? One minute you're up, the next you're down, and sometimes it feels like you're just stuck in a loop. But here's something Stoic philosophy teaches us. Resilience isn't about avoiding these ups and downs, it's about navigating them with grace. Stoics like Seneca believed that developing emotional resilience was key to maintaining inner peace, no matter the external chaos. Building emotional resilience starts with acceptance. It's about acknowledging that hardships, setbacks, and negative emotions are part of life. Think about it. Getting upset about feeling upset only adds another layer of distress. Instead, when challenges arise, recognize them as opportunities to practice maintaining your composure. For example, if you get passed over for a promotion, allow yourself to feel disappointed, but don't let that disappointment derail your entire sense of self-worth. This is what the Stoics meant when they talked about using obstacles as fuel. Every emotional challenge is another chance to strengthen your resilience. Moreover, cultivating this resilience involves more than just dealing with disappointments. It's also about embracing a broader perspective. Consider the idea that every hardship might be serving a greater purpose in your personal growth. This shift in viewpoint can transform the emotional weight of an experience, turning feelings of victimhood into lessons of empowerment. But how do we practically build this resilience? Start small. Practice mindfulness to stay present during emotional disturbances. Engage in reflective journaling to process feelings constructively, or simply talk things out with someone whose perspective you trust. Over time, these practices help you develop a buffer against the rough patches, ensuring you're not so easily knocked off balance. Embracing this aspect of Stoic wisdom doesn't mean you won't feel pain or stress. Rather, it means you'll be better equipped to handle it. Emotional resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And as you build this strength, you'll find that not only can you handle life's challenges better, but you're also more capable of enjoying life's joys fully and without reservation. Sometimes the difference between a good day and a tough one is simply our mindset. As we started, it might sound a bit out there, but hear me out. The power of your thoughts can truly shape your reality. This is where the practice of positive affirmations comes into play, a technique that's not only backed by modern psychology, but also echoes the Stoic focus on controlling what's within our power, our thoughts and reactions. Positive affirmations are like little anchors of self-belief that we plant firmly in our minds. They help combat the often automatic negative thoughts that can cloud our days and influence our actions negatively. For instance, instead of waking up with the dread of what could go wrong, imagine starting your day by affirming, "I have the strength to handle whatever comes my way," or "I am capable and prepared for my tasks." These aren't just feel-good quotes, they're declarations that set the tone for how you interact with the world around you. The Stoics weren't about empty optimism, but they valued the importance of a well-ordered mind and maintaining a positive outlook. They believed that our emotions and behaviors are the result of our judgments and thoughts, which means by shaping those thoughts, we can influence our emotional state and actions significantly. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, would remind himself every morning of the challenges he would face and affirm his ability to deal with them honorably and with patience. Integrating positive affirmations into your daily routine can start very simply. You might post sticky notes on your bathroom mirror with affirmations written on them, or set reminders on your phone to pause for a moment and repeat a few empowering words to yourself throughout the day. Over time, these affirmations help to overwrite those deep-seated beliefs that we are not enough, enabling us to approach life's challenges with more confidence and less anxiety. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when we think about all the things in life we can't control, the news, the weather, or other people's actions. But here's a refreshing thought from the Stoic playbook. Why not shift our focus to what we can influence? Stoicism teaches us the value of distinguishing between what is in our power and what isn't, and then pouring our energy into the former. This philosophy isn't about resignation, it's about empowerment. For instance, we can't control whether we'll face traffic on our commute, but we can control leaving early enough to feel relaxed on the road, or choosing an audiobook that makes the time pass more enjoyably. This approach can be applied to bigger aspects of life too. We might not have the power to change a difficult co-worker's behavior, but we can control our reactions to them, choosing to respond with patience and understanding rather than frustration. By focusing on our own actions, decisions, and attitudes, we harness the power of our agency. This doesn't just reduce stress, it builds confidence. Every time you choose to focus on what you can control, you're taking responsibility for your own peace of mind and well-being. It's a proactive stance. You're not just being tossed by the waves of fate, you're steering your own ship. And the more we practice this, the more natural it becomes. Start with small things, your posture, your breathing, or the way you allocate your time each morning. As these small efforts accumulate, they lead to significant changes in how resilient and responsive we feel. We begin to see that, though we can't control the world, we can control our place within it, making thoughtful choices that align with our values and goals. Ever noticed how a coffee catch-up with a cheerful friend can lift your spirits for the entire day? It's like their optimism is contagious, right? That's the power of surrounding yourself with positive people. It not only boosts your mood, but can fundamentally shift your outlook on life. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on inner tranquility and rational thinking, also recognizes the influence our social circles have on our personal growth and mindset. The Stoics were keen on the idea that to live a virtuous and content life, one must engage with those who embody the qualities we aspire to. If you spend time with individuals who are committed to personal growth, kindness, and positivity, you're more likely to cultivate these traits in yourself. Think about it. When you're around someone who faces challenges with a calm and optimistic outlook, their approach can inspire you to handle your own difficulties more gracefully. This doesn't mean you should shun friends who are going through tough times. Rather, it's about balancing empathy with the need to protect your own mental health. Being there for a friend in need is important, but so is immersing yourself in a community that uplifts and motivates you. Positive people aren't just happy all the time. They're realistic, resilient, and proactive. They're the ones who see a setback as a setup for a comeback, and their resilience can motivate you to adopt a similar attitude. To integrate this into your life, start by evaluating your current relationships. Which interactions leave you feeling energized? Which ones drain you? Gradually, spend more time with the energizers and consider setting boundaries with those who drain you. Also, seek out new connections that align with your aspirations. Join clubs, groups, or online communities that share your interests or values. As you cultivate a supportive network, you'll find that their positive influences make it easier to maintain your own Stoic balance and focus, enhancing your overall well-being and life satisfaction. By choosing your social circle wisely, you're not just choosing friends, you're choosing your future mindset and emotional environment. So, take a page from the Stoics. Let your friendships be your fortress, supporting and strengthening you as you navigate life's ups and downs. Taking a moment for yourself in today's non-stop world can sometimes feel like a luxury you can't afford, right? But here's the thing. Self-care isn't a luxury at all. It's essential, especially if we want to live the balanced, contented life that Stoicism teaches us about. Stoic philosophy isn't just about endurance, it's about flourishing in every aspect of life, and that includes taking good care of our body and mind. Self-care is often pictured as long bubble baths or days at the spa, but in Stoic terms, it's more about ensuring you're in the best shape to face whatever life throws your way. It's about creating a routine that includes activities that recharge your batteries and reset your spirit, not just once in a blue moon, but as a regular part of your life. This could be as simple as making sure you get enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, or setting aside time each day for meditation or reflection. Think of it this way. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers and a Roman emperor, despite his immense responsibilities, found time to write meditations that focused on his own self-improvement and philosophical reflection. If someone as busy as he was made time for self-care, we can too. And self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. By taking care of ourselves, we are better equipped to be there for others and to face our responsibilities with a clear, focused mind. Incorporating self-care into your routine can start with small steps. Begin by identifying what truly replenishes you. Is it a quiet walk in the park, a rigorous workout, or perhaps just some quiet time with a book? Once you know what works for you, make it a non-negotiable part of your day or week. Schedule it like you would any important appointment, and guard that time against the demands of daily life. By consistently practicing self-care, you're not just looking after your physical health, but you're also nurturing your mental resilience. You're giving yourself a break from the stresses of daily life, which can boost your ability to think clearly and act wisely. Remember, a well-maintained tool performs best, and you are the most important tool in your life. Isn't it fascinating how each day offers us new lessons? No matter how old or experienced we might be, that's something the Stoics deeply understood and cherished. The endless journey of learning. They believed that wisdom wasn't just about accumulating knowledge, but about continuously adapting and applying that knowledge to improve oneself and cope better with life. Seneca, one of the great Stoic thinkers, once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." It's a reminder that personal growth doesn't have a finish line. It's a lifelong pursuit. In the modern world, where change is the only constant, embracing a philosophy of never-ending learning is more relevant than ever. Think about all the successful people you know or have read about. What do they have in common? A relentless curiosity and a commitment to continuous learning. They read books, they experiment, they seek new experiences, and they aren't afraid to ask questions and challenge their own assumptions. But here's the best part. You don't need to be a great philosopher or a famous entrepreneur to benefit from this approach. All it takes is a commitment to remain open to new ideas and experiences, whether it's picking up a new hobby, learning a new skill, or simply reading a book outside of your usual genre. Every new thing you learn not only adds to your knowledge, but also enhances your understanding of the world. So how do you make continuous learning a part of your life? Start by setting achievable goals, like reading one book a month or completing an online course every quarter. Keep your mind active by engaging in discussions, attending workshops, or even teaching others what you know. Teaching is a fantastic way to deepen your understanding of a subject because it challenges you to present it clearly and thoughtfully. And there you have it. 10 powerful steps to not just cope with life's ups and downs, but to thrive through them.